Days can look a little bit different and they can present interesting challenges when you're a foster family and you have a current placement. And specifically, I wanted to talk today about how we celebrate Mother's Day. So this is actually my first Mother's Day as a foster mom with a current placement in our home. So last year at this time, we were foster parents, but we did not have a current placement. Mother's Day looked like it had the previous years, where, we just kind of relaxed, spent time as a family, and I got maybe like a little bit of pampering in, and hopefully all you moms out there are doing the same. So this year we do have our foster daughter, Miss A. She is 15 years old, and we do maintain her confidentiality by referring to her as Miss A, and we don't speak specifically about her case. But because she is with us this year for Mother's Day, we have a few considerations. It is always going to depend on the kid who's in your care and what their case looks like, what their family dynamic looks like. So generally speaking, the ways in which we would celebrate Mother's Day with a placement is we would take into account, does that child have their parent in the picture? If they do, what does that relationship look like? If they don't, what are some triggers that might be coming up for them around a day like that? If you have Mother's Day and it's focused on moms and maybe your mom wasn't in the picture, or maybe you have a challenging relationship, and this really goes for everybody. Holidays trigger all of us in some way, and I do want to also mention I believe that Mother's Day, Father's Day, all of those special days, that goes to caregivers of all types. So whether it's foster mom, adopted mom, stepmom, grandma, it really, covers it all. Anyone who is in that position where, you have been giving care to a child, you deserve to be celebrated. So for us, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, Miss A had actually asked, how I wanted to celebrate Mother's Day. And it kind of took me aback a little bit because I wasn't expecting it. And I've really tried to just kind of let her steer, what the day is going to look like, have conversations and, ask if she wants to get something for her mom, if she wants to pick out a card, that sort of thing. And really just, pick up on the cues of the child. So again, I'm not going to talk specifically about Miss A's situation, but that's kind of what our conversations were looking like. I would never want to put a kid in the position where they feel torn between, me as a foster mom and their birth parent. And, for that reason, you just have to kind of be sensitive and just have conversations, ask questions, see how they want to handle it. And probably on the day, on Mother's Day, I might be a little bit more sensitive to how we're celebrating. And obviously, the kids who are in our home, we love them just like we love our own kids. There really is very little difference. And so I do want the kids who are in our home when we're celebrating Mother's Day and Father's Day, I want them to, feel that love that we have for them. And so that's really my main goal for Mother's Day is really just celebrate our family and, whoever is in our home and in our hearts at that time. That's what we want to be celebrating. So I have a feeling we are just gonna, hang out and enjoy each other's company. And as a foster mom, I think being a foster mom is like an extra badge that I wear. And it presents its challenges, but it's so incredibly worth it. And so on Mother's Day, I do want to celebrate the fact that, I am a foster mom and, I am able to, provide with the support of John, an open heart and an open home for these kids. I also am very mindful of the fact that, there are many moms out there who are not going to be able to be with their kids on Mother's Day, and that is heartbreaking. Regardless of the situation that the children were removed from them, that's really difficult, and I cannot imagine how that feels to be apart from your kids on a day that is celebrating you as a mother. And so for that reason, that's why we will always encourage the kids who are in our care to make their mom feel special if that's what they want to do, to celebrate their mom, to appreciate everything that they have been able to get from their mom, wisdom, genetics, love, support, all of those things. And this Mother's Day is unique for all of us, because of this pandemic, many of us are not able to be with our loved ones. We are not going to be able to celebrate our mothers in the way that we wished we could, and we get to create a positive experience through virtual meetups, and maybe even 6 feet apart. We were hoping to get something arranged with Miss A's caseworker so that she might be able to give her mom a gift, and we could just be 6 feet apart and kind of set it down. Unfortunately, I didn't hear back from the caseworker. I called her a few days ago and have not heard back. So we may have to wait until I get a response from the caseworker so that we can arrange something where that can happen. And I imagine that would even be challenging, being a mom, not having your kids in your care and then having to, see your child from a distance and not being able to just run up and give her a hug. So, yeah, it's a challenging time. It's a challenging time for all of us. And like I said, so as a foster mom, you're still able to celebrate Mother's Day. It just looks a little bit different. So I hope all of you moms out there have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.